Hi, everybody. It is me, Jackee Love, the Love Doctor, and you just tuned into It's All About Love. That's right. And today on the show, we're going to be talking about, are you comfortable being uncomfortable? Are you comfortable in your current status, your home life, your work, everything that you do? Are you enjoying your life? That's what we're going to be talking about. Are you comfortable being uncomfortable? So stay tuned. Hi, welcome back. This is Jackee Love, the Love Doctor. And as I promised, today we're going to be talking about, are you comfortable being uncomfortable? A lot of times, us as people, being in this 3D world that we live in, this matrix, we find ourselves just becoming complacent and content in the things that we're doing, knowing that it's not really what we really want to be doing. Well, because a lot of times it's out of fear. It's out of not knowing the unknown. It's a scary thing to be able to just go ahead and say, okay, I'm a apply for this other job, and even though I've been here for 5-10 years, I'm gonna take a leap of faith because I'm tired of working here and I want to go live the life of my dreams. I have this opportunity to get this new job, or I have an idea that I feel like the Holy Spirit has told me about to get this particular new career, but I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. At least I know if I'm late at this job, or if I need to take off before the kids, or they're not gonna fire me. I still have my life insurance and my medical insurance. And it's like this job, I may have to take a little pay cut, even though I'll be loving what I'm doing. And eventually I'll get to the maximum amount, that I desire. But it's just crossing that bridge. It's so intimidating. That bridge is intimidating. One thing I really admire about my son, Juan, is that he's never been one to say, you know what, I'm not going to take a chance and move forward. He's been climbing the ladder. I've been watching him, and he'll be at a job, and so what else will offer him a job? And if it's a better situation for him and his family, he'll take a chance and he'll go out there and upgrade to that new job. He started off as an engineer, not a porter, but engineer, something near a porter. But then he worked his way up. He became a lead, and he became a supervisor. Now he's a manager. And I admire him because he will cross the line, even though once, sometimes he may have felt like he made a big mistake. Something might have happened, and he took a leap of faith, and it didn't quite work out. He probably, I don't know what he did personally, but my son is a really strong person. And he went out for a job, and it was a really good job where he had to move far away, and it didn't work out. And I was so kind of devastated for him, because he was going to move his whole family to this another town, and it didn't work out. So he had to come back into the same apartment that he was living in before he was getting ready to move out of town. And luckily it was still available, and he had to come back. But he didn't let that stop him. Okay, he fixed the reason why he didn't get to keep that particular job. He worked on that, and then he automatically, while he was working on that, applied for another job. He was starting work the next week, Monday. And so he could have took off for a little while. He had a little savings, but he didn't want to. He's a worker. So he knows he has to take care of his family. So he went and got another job quickly, and doing probably like maybe not what he wanted to do at that time, but he knew it was a stepping stone, and he did that. And then now, he had some things that he had to work out, and then now he's a manager, managing, I don't know how many people, maybe over 100, and he's doing good. Him and his wife, and they always encourage me, because I hope that I encourage him, because I've always had that not give up attitude, but I watch him as well, and he doesn't give up. I believe he got that from me, that tenacity, and I'm really proud of him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, like, I admire him because he did not give up, right? He didn't stay in the same job and be complacent. He started off working at a really, one of his jobs was temporary, where he wasn't even, getting paid. It wasn't like a weekly temporary. He had to go there every morning. Every morning he would get up at the crack of dawn and go to this job. It was labor ready, doing it, working every day, so he could take care of his family, doing stuff he didn't want to do, but he did it because he knew he had to take care of his family. And and he didn't give up. And now look at him. He's up here doing the manager's job. He's making a good income every year. And I just want to encourage you, like, if you have something that you are dreaming of doing, something that God has given you, and you know that it will make your way prosperous, then I would suggest this. Don't be afraid. Maybe you might want to just start it part-time, do it after work or something like that. Or maybe you just want to, just when you hear from God, after you ask him and he shows you that this is the right way to go, then just go ahead and trust him. Just take a leap of faith and just take that step. Step up to that bridge and say, you know what, bridge, you are not a match for my God and my faith in God. And I'm going to take this leap of faith and I'm going to cross this bridge. And I know it's going to be something good on the other side. Some people say, oh, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. And that's just pretty much showing you how to have fear, not to take risk, safe risk. Like, nothing that you think, okay, if I leave this terrible relationship, then I'm not going to find no one else better. At least I know this person. At least I know, their mood swings, and, I'm in a safe place. I got a place to stay, It doesn't matter. I'm not going to take a chance because I'm scared. And so that is a problem. If you don't take a chance, if you don't take a leap of faith to say, okay, let me just try to see if I can do better, because I'm not happy. I'm not happy here. I feel stuck. I need to do better. But if you say, gosh, I'm just so scared. I don't want to do nothing because what if it don't work out? What if I fail? What if I'm not a great radio announcer after I get this job and then they fire me and they find out what a fraud I am? I said I was this and that, and I had this, this is my dream, and I love doing this, and I'm good with people, and I have a nice voice. But if you go out there and you take that job and you lead that construction job or that office assistant job or in that warehouse and go test it out, you go, well, no, I got kids. I can't take that chance. And if you don't leave it, then you will never know. Okay. I know a lot of us have young children, and the way that we're taught to think in this world, is to be careful. Our parents always tell us that, our caregivers when we was little, be careful. So it's branded in our head. It's branded in our heads now to be careful. Watch your step. Look out wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to strangers. I mean, some of that is good advice in the right time, in the right place. And yeah, you do need to be careful. You don't want to slip on a banana peel. Like, you see the banana peel, walk around it. I think that a lot of us have good intuition, and we know what we could be doing. But another thing is that we think, oh, this is going to be a lot of work. Nobody don't want to work. You want that blessing. You want that new life, that good life. You desire to have the spouse of your dreams, the lover of your dreams. But you don't want to do what it takes to get that person, to prep yourself to be ready mentally for that situation. And a lot of times it's because we're scared. Because we don't know. We're afraid of the unknown. But anything is unknown. You have to think about it before you get to know it. I mean, before you knew your boss that where you work now, he was a stranger. You didn't know him. You had to take a chance. And you did. And now you know him. And you know he's pretty cool. Or he's a butthole. Whatever. You know him. So just like you can learn to know him, you can learn to know your new boss, or your taking a leap of faith and doing your own business, your own travel business, your own hot dog stand, or your own whatever you desire to be your own. So I have a few notes here on this paper, and I did not use my tablet today because I just didn't want to. But I was just inspired because I know that we have fear. I know that people have fear. I mean, we've been taught that as we were little kids. We've always been taught to be careful. But the thing is that we need to change that around and be prayerful, not in a stressed out way, like, oh God, what am I going to do? Biting your fingernails and stuff. No, I mean, you have to be prayerful. You have to walk by faith and not by sight. Because when you have a dream, it's important to write it down. It's important to know exactly what you want, what you desire. Because the Bible tells us to write down your dreams and make it plain. And see, that means that you gotta be clear. You gotta know what you want. You have to be clear on it. You can't just say, oh, if you're a woman or whoever, if you can't say, oh, I want a man and he's 6'3" and 200 and whatever pounds, and he has this kind of job, and he's this and he's that, and you kind of being kind of vague. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You had that list. You always want some eye candy, and what you think is eye candy to you, and you want somebody that's 6'3" and then you 5'2" or 4'9". I mean, that's kind of weird, but you know what? A lot of short people like tall guys. I ain't mad at you. Here's the thing, though. You don't want to block your blessings by being that specific on a mate. You want to be open to and receptive to God to give you the one that's for you. So your man might not be 6'3". He might be a little bit taller than you. He might be a little bit shorter. But guess what? He's the one that is going to make you feel good in your life, make you feel like you want to be, feel he's going to treat you like the way you would like to be treated. So you can't put limits on relationships like that. So you have to be realistic when you write it down. And so you need to be, realistic when you write down your career or whatever your dream job is or whatever your dream home is. Okay, so if you're living in an apartment right now and you saying, you work at Rite Aid or somewhere like that, that's good. I mean, I'm not saying, I mean, you gotta, whatever's in front of your hands, that's what you do. That's what my mom used to say. Whatever is in your front of your hands, that's what you do at that time. But I'm saying, like, you may not go from an apartment to a mansion. Um, that might start you off because see, you got to learn how to deal with these things. And you working at Rite Aid and you're planning on getting a mansion. Like, how you gonna pay that big old mansion house note? So you gotta, a lot. We have to learn lessons. We have to get strong. To go ahead and be able to receive that particular blessing. So you have to start off where you are and be realistic. Okay, so here's the thing: if you have enough faith to live in that apartment, that single apartment, or wherever you stand with your roommates. So next thing you know, if you're staying with roommates or in a situation you're not all that happy with, okay, let's start off by maybe getting you your own apartment or your own place. That could be your goal. That's probably how God will work it out. And you'll say, Dave, this is not a mansion. Well, you're not ready for a mansion. So you get that apartment, you take care of it, you pay the rent on time, you learn how to do that. Then you move to the next thing, which will probably be your first home or condo. And next thing, after that, you work into that and trust in God and be thankful for that. Then you move into, you know, your mansion, you know? Um, and so that's how it works. So write your vision down, make it plain. Of course, you want to go all out, and be realistic about your dreams. But I find it easier to bump up to the next level instead of just trying to go from one extreme to the other. I mean, you probably won't even be able to handle it when you get there if you do that. So I'm just trying to help you out. Don't do that because you're probably disappoint yourself and say, well, God didn't give me the house. He didn't give me the mansion. Well, you're gonna get a mansion. You gotta have money and pay for it, and most likely nobody's just gonna give it to you. So, so you gotta build up your faith in God and in yourself that you are, powerful enough to create that because we are creating our lives. And since we are here learning lessons, came here to earth. We came here to earth to learn lessons and to reach goals so that we can live and that we will live our most wonderful life. But we have to learn these lessons, and we forgot we freaking had amnesia when we came to earth, so we forgot who we were and how powerful we are. So now a lot of people are waking up and realizing that they are so much more than what they've always been telling themselves or what other people tell them. And so, but then you have all these old beliefs and all this garbage and all this baggage that you have to get rid of. A lot of people don't know that they have to think a certain way. As a man thinketh, that's who he is. So you got to check yourself and, notice the words that are coming out of your mouth. Like, are you speaking positive? Are you speaking negative? Like, are you doubting all the time in your heart? Do you feel negative? The way that we manifest things, the way after we write it down, um, but we need to get clear that the way that we manifest things is through our thoughts, and a lot of people know that because of this watching The Secret and all these people that are waking up right now, learning how to manifest, how to be better, how to have more, have be more successful, okay, how to be financially stable, and how to live their best life ever. But first of all, we have to get rid of all the junk that we've been taught, all the things that from our parents that they taught us, that you don't have enough money, money's hard to come by, you gotta work real hard to get money. And you know, everything is hard, life is hard. You know, we've been taught that life is a bitch, and you know, sometimes it can be a bitch. At the same time, so you know, we could change that. You know, we don't have to have a terrible life. You know, I know we have our ups and downs in these lessons, and in the dark times is a lot of times when we grow, when we get better. um but we don't have to stay there, okay? We don't have to stay there. That is a necessary part of growth, but we don't have to stay there. I wanted to say, I know I said to write it down, and I'm going to get to that more. I wanted to say that a lot of times people forget who, you know, what their dream job is, what they, you know, should be doing when they're grown, like a grown person. What should I be doing? You know, what do I love? You know, because after a while, you're here on earth, after 30 years or so, it's kind of like you kind of wiped out. You know, but, you know, you kind of like, okay, I don't know what I want to do. I just want to have a good job. I want to have money so I want to be rich. Okay, well, how do you intend to get rich? Like, do you have a plan? Um, a lot of times we have to, this helped me a lot. I heard somebody say this. You have to remember what you used to love when you were a kid. Okay, what did you used to do that that brought you joy, that brought you happiness? You know, were you a writer? When you were little, did you like to write poetry? And you would give it to your mom to read, or someone in your family, and they would go, "Oh, yes, that's good," or whatever. And then maybe when you got a little older, you thought, okay, maybe I might be a writer in my head. But then you know, someone said, you know, that's not that great, or something. Somebody said something negative. You heard a couple of negative comments, and it kind of just got thrown under the bus, that idea. Well, I used to be a writer when I was little, and I always liked to write poetry. I wrote short stories, and I would let my grandma read it, and she was like, "Oh, you gonna be a writer? You're gonna be an author one day." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I always remembered that, but she was the only one who said that, you know. So I have a lot of people that would, like, you know, well, my sister, she used to always listen to my poetry, everything, and she would always read it and stuff and affirm me. So that was awesome. But not enough to where it wasn't like embedded in me, like, go for that. You know, when you go to college or whatever, encouragement wasn't there like that. It was just something that I did back then. Um, I kind of was hoping, my grandmother said I would be an author, and I was kind of had that in the back of my mind, but over time I just let that drop on the ground. So now here I am again, skipping ahead to, you know, some years later, and I'm an adult, and now I know, I mean, I am a writer. I always been a writer. I've always enjoyed writing, and I am an author now. And my second book is almost done. Well, I'm halfway done with it. I'm pretty pleased with it. It is also even better than the first one. And the first book is super awesome. I love it. I'm proud of it because it's called Waiting for Love. And it's I mean, like, I didn't know I could write a book like that. It's so detailed and so personal and so easy to read. And it's cute. And I'm looking forward to the second book, you know, and I had to recall, like, what did I like to do when I was a kid? What brought me joy? What was I good at? You know, and that's what it was. I was a writer. And so you need to think about who you were, like really, like if you can't remember, because life done sucked the heck out of you, and it's been through so much, and you just trying to make bills, pay your bills and your rent. In your quiet time, you may have quiet time if you got kids when you go to the bathroom. Just go in there, when you in there, put on a little music. I got a radio in my bathroom, and it has a CD player, which they're becoming obsolete, but I still use CDs sometimes. But it's a radio in there and CD player, and I listen to music, or I'll take my phone. I'm not lying, I'll be using my phone for everything. Even though that radio's there, I have to remember to use it. But that's because it's 2018 and we're so technical. But listen to music and meditate, on God, and have your little tablet in there and say, hey, you know what? God, what is it that I used to do? Remind me, Holy Spirit, remind me, guardian angel. What was it? And then you'll go, oh yeah, I used to like to paint all the time. I was really good at it too. And hey, maybe that may be your calling. That may be your dream job, is connected to that particular thing that you like to do as a little kid. 9 times out of 10, it is. Okay, so look into that. And when you figure it out, after you write it down and you figure it out and you confirm it, then make that a part of your vision on your paper. I'm happy and grateful now that I am a successful writer, author, and I have 10 million copies sold, and I am on the New York Times bestsellers list. And I'm happy and grateful for that. And and then remember, like, what makes you get so far as where you want to live? I mean, it's everybody's dream if they open their mouth. Oh, I want a big house and this. I honestly don't want a big house. I think it would be too much for me at this time. I like big house. Don't get me wrong. When God bless me with a big house, I'm going to live in that. But it's just a thing. If it's just me, I don't have any little kids right now. And why the heck would I need a big old house? For what? Like, I have a whole bunch of empty rooms. My thing is, be clear with yourself. Like, really, do you love living in the mountains? Do you like peace and serenity? I mean, you may want to live in a big mansion. If that's you, then that's fine. You might have plans with the whole crew coming to stay with you or something. Your kids may still be at home. They grown or they little still. However, whatever your dream is or vision, just remember, like, what is the thing that you used to love as a child? A lot of those things are going to bring you to where you should be today, what you should be doing. Just do it. You'll see. It's true. That's how it works. Because when we get older, you forget all that stuff. It's like, now I just gotta get a job, go to work, blah blah. You just have a regular, boring life like everybody else, and just collect all these material things that still don't make you happy. You think material stuff is gonna make you happy, but it's not. Being content with yourself, being good in your own skin. You can look so good with all your name brand stuff on, but if you're not happy, that stuff is not going to make you happy. Yeah, you'll look good, and depending on how you got that stuff, via credit card, you may be in debt for that, and you don't even know why you in debt $2,000 on your credit card. You got all this stuff and buying hot dogs on the credit card and stuff, and when you could just pull out $2-3. Well, hot dogs don't, they probably, unless you go to Costco, you could get a hot dog and a drink for $1.50. I think that's the special Costco has. But for the most part, you guys spend probably like $4, $5 to get a hot dog and a drink, or more, maybe just a hot dog. But either way, put it on a credit card. That's what we all guilty of doing if you have a credit card. But either way, what I'm saying is be realistic. Find out what really makes you happy. some people do want to be a part of the, I was going to say elite, but then that sounds like Illuminati. That's not what I'm talking about at that time. But what I'm saying is find out remember what makes you happy. Do you like going camping when you were little? Was that something that you like to do? You may have liked going looking at the mansions and dreamed to live in there. Okay, cool. For real, just be real with it. Write that down. Be specific. I want 5 bedrooms, and if you're not really sure, go online, look, and say, okay, I like this house. It resonates with me. But don't think that, that's going to be your house. I want a house like that, because somebody may live there and it may not be your time to get that house. Maybe you need to get that apartment. Then maybe you need to get that condo, or maybe you need to get that apartment. Then the house, depending on how strong your faith is. It'll work out for real. But just it's so important to know what you really want, what's really resonates in your heart, So you write it all down, write your vision down, make it plain. And then, of course, you go, what do I do in between the time while I'm waiting for this thing to happen? Well, you keep up your vibration, meaning you stay happy. You do things that keep you happy. Of course, you pray. You ask God. I'm praying all the time. I'm asking the Holy Spirit to help me with my life all the time. My battery is getting low. So I'm going to have to end this video soon. But either way, I just wanted to say that you can meditate. Meditation helps you to stay in Zen and peace, Listen to some calming music. They have a lot of beautiful music on YouTube that you can just play for hours that keeps you in peace. The relaxing music is this one guy that I'm subscribed to. His name is Peter, Peder. No, Dar. He's from France, but he has it's called soothing, relaxing music, and his music is so beautiful. He found his niche. This has happened to be, he tried so many other things, and he finally started creating music soundtracks for relaxation. One time he was just playing around and he did one and it caught on. He did other things on YouTube that didn't catch on. He was doing claymation and all kind of stuff first. It didn't work. He wasn't getting the views and people weren't coming, but then he did the relaxation on the keyboard and everybody loved it. And he has over 2 million subscribers now. So, that's something he loved as a kid, playing the piano. So, just find what you're good at. Remember what you like to do when you were a kid. Sometimes you may have to go to school or something like that. But that's something that you and God will work out. So I was going to say, so what would it take to push you to greatness? What is it going to take for you to step out of your comfort zone and go ahead and start walking towards that bridge at least? What is it going to take for you to get out of your own way and put yourself in position to receive and walk in your best life ever? What is it going to take? Does the ego have to continue to stir the nest? I mean, God is, I'm sure, stirring the net. The ego is stirring the nest for a lot of us and saying, okay, you need to get out of this current situation. It's not comfortable. You're not where you want to be. And even though it looks like it's so hard, like it will never happen, look at all the other people who went on crossed it and are doing good. They're doing good now. And they're just people just like you. They have ups and downs. We all have ups and downs, but you got to hang in there, stay in there, don't give up, and push past that. And you're going to have a lot of naysayers. Yes, they will be some haters. They're going to want you to do good. Who cares? You know, that's because they scared. So that's why God is removing a lot of toxic people out of your life right now. If you notice, the old people that you hang around, you don't get along with them no more. Because your energy is, your vibration is different. You're growing, you're ascending. It's time for you to make that change and do what you are called to do, or the life of your dream. That's what you're here for on earth. That's why you was given this meat suit, this body, so that you can go out into the world and you know, be happy and show love and be loved and learn how to love yourself. Number one is learning how to love God, learning how to receive the love of God. A lot of people don't know how to do that. They say they love God, but they're actually scared of Him. And God is, you don't need to be scared of God. He's here to help us. He's given angels charge over us to keep us in all of our ways. And He desires for us to have our best life ever here on this earth school, in this earth school. So what's going to take to push you to your greatness? Hopefully this video is going to help you get to your greatness. And it will, you know, create a domino effect where you take one foot and put it in front of the other and keep moving forward, taking little steps every day, writing in your journal every day what you're happy and grateful for, and talking to God, being personal, saying what you need and how you, whatever, just, I don't feel good. I'm happy. I'm happy and grateful, but Lord, I need your help. You know, show me the way. Who are you afraid of? That's what I was going to say. Who are you afraid of? Who's going to come and stomp on your head, or what's going to happen if you take that step, take those steps while they unfold? You're just going to take the step, they're going to unfold, and you're going to keep continuing to live your best life ever. And it's just going to get better and better. It's never going to get better if you don't take a step and be afraid of, well, who gonna say? Who cares? They don't have to live your life. They didn't come here with you in your mom's stomach. So they can't control your life. God is here to help you, your angels. Be strong, stand up straight, and do what you got to do. Because we don't want to do lessons over. You notice that we continue to do the same lessons over and over again in our life. You learn a lesson, that you get a lesson, and you say, dang, I'm not never do that again. But then you end up doing it again. Learn your lessons. Ask God to help you so you can stop doing stuff that is not going to help you. That's not going to help you be the best person ever. I know it's easier said than done, but it can be done. Because we're constantly learning, constantly growing, and it's a good thing. So don't be afraid of it. This video is about to run out, so I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. This video is all about love. I appreciate you. Please like, comment, share. I'm really building up my audience, so please share this video. I really appreciate your help. And if this has blessed you, hey, go ahead and give me a like, a thumbs up, and send me a donation so that I continue to give you good content. Thank you guys for watching. This is Jackee Love. Take care of yourselves and don't give up. You are wonderful and you can do this. You can do it.